Okay guys, it's Sunday the 8th of July. We're going to do our Sunday analysis video. We're going to look at the FTSE 100, the Forex Pair EUR USD and the US Index, the NASDAQ, as always. Now with this video, it is mainly aimed at zone trader students. However, I do post it onto the channel because if you are a day trader and you already have your trading plan, you're just looking for some added analysis on charts, then this should be able to help you out because it's exactly what I use for going into the trading week ahead. Okay, so we're going to start on FTSE 100. I should also mention this is aimed at day trading. It's also a comment I get quite a lot on these videos. People looking for larger reactions off of higher time frames. You know, I'm a day trader, and this is aimed at day trading. So the FTSE 100. First of all, last week we had a level down 7548 down here, which we actually tested on the Monday and the Tuesday, and we got a nice bounce off of those levels. We also had our sloping resistance line. What I've actually done with subscribers is I sort of looked at this again and switched it into a bit of a price squeeze. Basically the clue coming from the spikes down, lining up with a sloping support level. Now, to make this a little bit bigger, actually what I'll do is I'll zoom in. So coming into the trading week ahead, what am I doing? Well, first of all, I'm looking at this potential price squeeze. What I would say is potentially we have seen a break here. It's not overly convincing, but coming into the sort of start of the week, it's a good level to look for potential support. So it's still that 7615 to right now it's 7590. What I'll also be looking for is if we fail at this level and start really coming back down below this sort of sloping support and resistance level. If that's happening, it's very likely being a false break up, and it's likely we're going to come and test to the downside. Now, I've had a few spikes down here at these levels. Let me just change this back to black. So we're now at 7570 down into 7560 right here. So really produced another little level of potential support. And what I'm looking at is certainly at the start of the week again, is this going to be lining up with that sloping support level? Potential bounces. If we're starting to break down below there, potentially we're seeing the break of what has been a bit of a price squeeze, and I'd then be happy to start looking for moves down, certainly into 7550. Potentially those stronger movements. Also, if we're holding at this level, looking for those bullish bounces and potentially the start of that stronger move up. Got a little bit of a minor level sitting just up above. We're about 7625 up to 7640 right here. You can see the market spiked up, closed back down below this level at present. This is why I'm a little bit cautious but looking at this as a confirmed break on this market. But coming into next week, yeah, good for potential bounces, good for resistance. I'm actually going to clean this chart up a little bit. I'm going to start only looking at the very key levels for the trading week ahead rather than getting so in depth in these videos. So yeah, basically watching at these levels. Are we going to hold at this level? Good for potential bullish bounces. If we're starting to fail and come back down, this level down below 7570 is potential good support. If we're breaking down below there, likely we're falling below this sloping support, then I'm happy to start looking for the stronger moves down. The confirmation would be 7550 breaking this level, 7550, 7540, and then I'd be happy to start looking for the stronger moves down into this 7511. And as we have been going over, it's the break of this level that opens up further strong bearish sentiment on the FTSE. Very key resistance remains that 7665 to 7682 level, which is sitting up here. This remains a very key resistance. I've had multiple tests on this market. Okay, let's move on to Euro USD. Okay guys, so Euro USD. I should also mention, if you don't really understand what we're doing here, the support and resistance, I don't really sort of go too in depth in these videos because they are, as I mentioned, aimed at people who are already trading. We have free courses available that you can learn this stuff. We've got a free introduction to trading, free Decisive Package. You can get yourself started learning how to trade without spending crazy amounts of money. Okay, so this market last week, we had the sloping potential resistance level, and we had a few key zones to be watching. Now, last week, we've came down, we've bounced, we've came down, we've bounced, and then coming into the start of last week, we basically spiked down just below this zone, broken up, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, support, support, support on this level, and then we start to press up on the Thursday. Thursday, we rejected our resistance level, which is basically the 117 to 117.50 right here. And then on the Friday, we've had a nice push up. On the Friday, very likely helped on its way by a non-farm payroll release, which you will see in the next video, NASDAQ, just what NFP can do to markets, especially markets that are tied to the US. Okay, so coming into next week, potentially broken up above this sloping resistance. What I'm also looking at is we've had a nice strong move down. We've then had a bounce. Then had another strong move down here and another bounce. Potentially, we've got a double bottom here. Now, the market has been very bearish. We've gone over that for quite some time. Strong move down now, potential double bottom, breaking up above sloping resistance. What am I looking at coming into the start of the week? Well, potentially for this market, at least in the sort of short term, I'm not expecting, just because we've got a double bottom or triple bottom, 1, 2, 3, I'm not expecting a huge trend reversal on this market. You never know, but that's not what we're really trying to identify as day traders. But this level, 117.50 to 117. Pullbacks next week. Good to watch for potential support because we're testing at that central point of the double bottom. Also potentially just sort of tagging onto that sloping resistance level, which is now potentially support. What I would say is also just a little bit down below at 116, where are we at there? 116.90 down into 116.75. Again, potential support at this level on pullbacks. Really, for the market to start turning more bearish once again, we need to get under this level now, 116.50 to 116. I'd also be happy to look for bullish bounces here. Absolutely, coming into next week, especially if we're lining up with sloping support. If we're starting to break down below here, it's very likely been a false break up, then starting to look for those stronger moves back down to 115.65. So that's the sort of main area of focus. But up above, we still have key resistance at 118 to 118.50 on Euro USD. Strong resistance. If we're breaking up above there again, it becomes worthwhile looking for the pullbacks and bullish bounces. And then really, I would expect us to see at least this level up here tagged, but potentially back up toward next key resistance. Really the open from the 14th of May. Those are the main levels next week, guys. It's really about, are we holding on to this sloping support level? If we are, bullish bounces, 1, 2, 3. Breaks down below here would certainly suggest a false break. We can then look for the stronger moves back down toward previous lows. Market giving us the clues. Key resistance up above if we do see the bullish bounce. And it's if we get above there, again, starting to look for those bullish continuation moves up to at least sort of 118.95. Okay, let's move on to NASDAQ. Okay, so final market is the NASDAQ. So first thing, look at Friday. Absolutely crazy move up on this market. It was actually a strong spike, and it's on the back of non-farm payroll. Now, when it comes to news releases, I always tell my students, if it's a big news release, non-farm payroll or a rate decision, just protect yourself, stay out of the market. I actually got a little bit of shade about that from another trading educator, who said basically that's when you should be trading, around news releases. Yeah, that's great, because you can make some nice money, but with slippage, you can also make huge losses because your stops become ineffective if the market starts making crazy spikes. I've experienced it. Jump onto a Swiss franc pair and you can see what can happen, because we don't know what's going to happen with these releases until they happen. And I know people who have wiped out entire accounts who have been trading for years on the back of one news release. So yeah, you jump onto all the news releases you want, make that money. It's the one that's going to wipe you out that I'm worried about. I'm doing this long term. I'm not looking to gamble. I strongly recommend you guys protect yourself around things like news releases. So with this market last week, where are we here? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday, key support. Yeah, we went over it again, still holding at this level. 6985, 6950. Key support, we bounced all the way up, just broke up above that 7137 level before we seen the rejection coming in. Now, unfortunately, the support came just below our zone. And we started to get the strong move up on the Thursday, rejection at our 7106, 7085 level, and then Friday, non-farm payroll smashes all the way up. But where does it stop? Right at one of our key resistance levels, 7219.7, 7211. This remains key resistance going into next week. Got a huge move up, but it's still a worthwhile area looking for that potential support. Resistance, sorry. Let me just get rid of this. Trying to multitask, as we all know, guys, multitasking, not a great idea. Let's get rid of some of these just so we can clean the chart up a little bit. We'll zoom in also. Okay, so again with this chart, it's similar. A little bit of a potential double bottom here, 1 and 2. We've now broken up. So what does that tell us? Well, the first thing is it's telling us potentially a little bit more bullish now. What I'm more interested in is the pullbacks to test at this key structure now. 7106, 7085, good for potential support. 7060, 7040, good for potential support. You can actually bring this down ever so slightly. I don't want to bring it down too much. 7025 to 7060. Let's make it that a little bit bigger. Again, it's still a good level of potential support. Now, this level here, 7140, 7115, it was key resistance. We're using it quite a lot. Pullbacks now, potentially for support, we're starting to test into these spikes. What I would say is, for me, is it's not quite as key a level. Similar to this one up above, 7185, 7156, I'm not looking at it as such key support. This one, yep, 7220, 7200, very key resistance. More than happy to continue looking for weakness up there. Up above that level, it's really, let's have a look. 7265. How far do we want to bring this down? I don't want to make it too large a zone. 72, we're about 7250. Fairly compact. Again, we're up into all-time highs. Yeah, worthwhile watching for resistance. And if we start getting above there, first of all, all-time highs, 7296, 7312. We're going to take it all the way up to the all-time highs, 7333. The reason I don't want to, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it. 7310, 7333. This is a level of resistance at the all-time highs, but then down below we have fairly clear defined 7290 to around about 7297 right here. These are basically the all-time highs. Yeah, when we're at the all-time highs of a market, it's always worthwhile looking for potential resistance. But NASDAQ is continuing, swing, 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 testing previous structure. It's continuing to give us those uptrending movements. So at present, the market, now that we've broken out of this level and this level, when we drop down into this level, I was going over with subscribers, likely we're going to see sideways action. And then when non-farm payroll comes, we go over how non-farm payroll can give direction to markets, and it can also change trends. That's exactly what we've seen. Huge move up. Doesn't mean it's going to hold, because we're still technically within the ranging levels. This is very key resistance. This is very key support. So resistance, resistance. Then we're very likely up above here, coming up to test that. At least the sort of close in the open toward the all-time highs, if not the all-time highs. Apart from that, pullbacks to these key support levels are the main areas on this market. Okay guys, that's everything for this week. As always, I hope that was helpful. Hope you all have a good trading week next week. I'm James Orr, and thank you.